Pretty bitches ballin', pretty bitches ballin', pretty bitches ballin', nah, you don't see that often. Pretty bitches ballin', pretty bitches ballin', pretty bitches ballin', nah, you
Period, boo, period.
So mad.
On a nigga, if I had him, bitch, that's my trash. You the man, so you bagged him. I'm a savage, classy, bougie, ratchet, sassy, moody, nasty, acting stupid. What's happening? Bitch, what's happening?
I'm done being TikTok famous, okay? I'm done. I'm gonna be honest with you. The amount of times that I have filmed the intro and done this fucking video, I'm over it. I'm done. I'm done. My camera died. I'm done. Wow. Lash is not even on.
I don't like that.
Give me a minute. So I'm back. Okay, great. Still kind of looks kind of trash. I'm gonna back up a little bit, okay? And we're gonna ignore it. Great. As you can probably tell by the title, we are going to do a story time like usual. I haven't posted since November of 2019. I apologize. YouTube wasn't letting me post, so I couldn't post, and then I just kind of gave up on it and then just didn't post. So here's your video. The story of the time that my grandma thought I was pregnant. So basically this is around the time that I lived in Hawaii, and I went to a public school, but in Hawaii, like at least the area that I was in, you could take the public transportation instead of just like a regular school bus. A lot of people did that instead because it was a lot cheaper and you could leave whenever the time you wanted to leave, because of this different timing and stuff like that. So I took the public transportation instead of the actual school bus to school. With this runs all year, so you can, go to summer school, you can go to practices and all that kind of stuff. So around this time, this was during the summer, it was the summer before me going into 9th grade. That's all I can remember, so I'm guessing that was around, I guess that was summer 2014. I think I was 13, about to be 14.
When I was 13.
Around this time. Wow, I was young. But, okay, so, sorry, I'm like really hyper right now because I just read something I didn't want to read and like... Anyway, so basically, we took the transportation and stuff like that, and so around this time I did take summer school. I took summer school every year that I could because I wanted to get ahead of my schedule and all that kind of stuff, get extra credits and stuff, which actually helped me in the future. So if that's a possibility for you, please do it. But I also had cheer practice. Now, before I could, join cheer, try out for cheer, you have to have a physical, and that's for any other sport. And please don't say cheer is not a sport. I'm really not trying to have that conversation with you. Forget it. The point is, I had to get a physical in order to do cheer. My grandma took me to go get my physical. And, during this time, usually they don't really ask your parents or guardian to leave when they ask you certain questions just because you are young. The doctor asked me when was my last period. Now during this time I did not track my period. I did not. It just came when it came. So I told her a random date. I'm pretty sure I told her it was like the 11th, but I know it wasn't that date, but that's just like the closest date I could figure out because I never tracked it. Now, to this day, I track it all the time, but back then I did not. I guess my grandma decides to like remember this date, so she I guess she like writes it down or something. I don't know. I'm, minding my business, and she's not minding hers. And so I guess she remembers this date in her head. Around the 11th of the next month, my grandma comes to me and she's like, "So are you on your period?" And like, knowing her and like how crazy she is sometimes or how crazy she can get, I just told her that I am. Because I knew I was going to get it eventually, but I didn't have the time for her to think anything. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, you know what? Let me just tell her that.
You are really dumb. For real.
And, you know, I think that's going to be the end of that. I'm just like, okay, cool. Like, I'm just telling her my period. I'm going to get it eventually, you know, like, whatever. Why does it even matter? So, she doesn't leave that to end the conversation. Instead, she says, you know, okay, well, I would like to see your bloody tampon. Not a wrapper, not the little container it comes in. The bloody tampon.
Hell no. To the no.
Put it in a plastic bag. And put it in my room downstairs. I'm sorry? You want me to do what? You want me to do K? Huh? You want me to do what? You want me to do what? Like, first of all, I'm like, I'm 13, 14, like, why are you asking me to do that? That's gross. That's gross. I wouldn't even do that for her now. I wouldn't even do that for myself. Why would I no, that's disgusting. So instead, I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna take my ass to bed. So well, I go to school that day. Well, summer school that day. You know, I have my classes. I'm like, I'm pretty sure this is me learning geometry or something. I'm learning geometry, and then I have practice, a hard ass practice in the sun. A bitch was getting dark. Like, you know, it was a tiring ass day, shall I say? Because mind you, classes from like 8 to 1, just one class, 8 to 1, and then you have practice from like, I don't remember, it was like a 3-hour practice in the sun. And that at that time, like around 1 to 5 is like peak hour for the sun to be out, and we always practice outside in the summer. Why, I don't know, because we had a whole facility for us to practice in, but instead she wanted us to practice outside to get some stamina, whatever. So a bitch was tired is what I'm trying to say. So, you know, I finally get back home. And, you know, my grandma, she's the kind of person that you have to greet her when you see her. It doesn't matter if she sees you first at all, you better greet her, right? So I walk in, you know, I say my usual hello.
Hey. Hey. How y'all doing?
Whatever. And so she's on the computer. And sis decides, let me put the little glasses on. I don't wear actual glasses, so this is all I got. But, so sis is on the computer. I got your pregnancy test. It's on the counter. I'm sorry. You got me a what? You got me a what? I'm freaking 13. You got me a what? I've never even seen a dick before. I don't know what a dick looks like. What do you mean? What do you mean you got me a pregnancy test? And so obviously I'm like, I don't have to pee. And she really looked at me and said, there's a gallon of water on the table. So I'm like, at this point, I'm pissed because I'm like, why would she think I'm pregnant? Like, that's actually insane. So I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna take this pregnancy test to show her I'm not pregnant, because how can I get pregnant if I've never had sex? So I go drink my water, right? I go and drink my motherfucking water, right? And so now I have to pee. So I go and take the pregnancy test to the bathroom. And I know what y'all thinking. You're like, okay, well, you just took the pregnancy test, right? And you gave it back to her and whatever. No. 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 No.
Oh, no.
I took the pregnancy test to the bathroom. And she follows me. She's like, I'm gonna watch you.
Ew.
I'm sorry? I haven't been watched while peeing since I was 2? What do you mean you're gonna watch me? And she's like, well, I don't know, you could put water on it or something. Water? First of all, I never even thought of that. That's a great idea, but I never even thought of that. So what? So I'm like, yo, this is so uncomfortable because I have my grandma watching me pee on this fucking stick, right? So I'm looking at her like, there's no way I'm pregnant unless I'm asexual or something, because there's no fucking way. Unless the Lord himself decided to give me the baby like Virgin Mary, I promise you I'm not pregnant. There's no motherfucking way. No fucking way. So I'm like, okay. So I take the pregnancy test. I'm like, this is just like a terrible experience. So, you know, I put it down there. Now I'm getting nervous because I'm like, what if I am? I'm like, what if I am the Virgin Mary? Like, no one will believe me. Like, literally, what if that stick ends up saying pregnant and I'm not? Like, what am I gonna say? Because I really haven't done anything. I'm like, so I'm stressing because I'm like, what if it says I'm pregnant? What if it says I'm pregnant? What if it says I'm pregnant? Obviously, it doesn't. It says not pregnant. So I show her and she's like, must not be time yet. Must be too early. And then has the nerve to say I had to pay her back for the pregnancy test. Sis said I had to pay her back. My 14-year-old ass, unemployed ass self has to pay her back for the pregnancy test. What? Who had $7? I didn't have $7. First of all, nobody asked you to pay. Nobody asked you to get the fucking pregnancy test. How are you going to literally get your ass up and go get the pregnancy test and tell me to pay for the pregnancy test that you paid for that I did not ask for you to get? And first of all, no guys even like me. No guys even want me. I'm like, I'm offended because you think I'm pregnant and a guy doesn't even want to look at me. A guy doesn't even want to hug me. There are many other ways that my grandma has been crazy. So I'm planning on making this a trend. But Lord bless her heart. But yeah, so that was a story. It was a little quick story, I guess. But yeah, so, you know, subscribe, comment, and like. Because I forgot what my outro is. I don't even think I really have an outro. Outro. But, you know, be your best self and never let a nigga dictate how you feel about yourself. Thank you. Bye. Mwah.
Was never good for my